In this video, we will be going over documentation setup in a GS3 display. So from our home page, we're going to start by clicking our menu button in the bottom right-hand corner. Then we'll select GS3 from our menu. On this page, we want to select our Resources button, which is going to pull up the page you see here. To begin with, we want to make sure that the client, farm, and field are set up accurately for what field you're going to be performing your task in. And we do want to make sure that that gets changed with each individual field that we go to. From there, we want to make sure that documentation is turned on, and we're going to select planting for this demonstration. The last thing on this page that we want to make sure of is that our crop season is correct. You should only have to change this at the beginning of the year in your display, but it is pretty important to make sure that that is changed from year to year and is correct. After this page has been set up the way that it should be for the field you're at, we then can move to our document page that we can see here on the right hand side. At the top, we can see our individual tasks. It's important to make sure that you only have one task set up for a specific task. So we may have an application task up here, but we don't want to have more than one planting and seeding task. So we're good with that right now. We'll select our seed type, what crop we're in on the top of the page here. So I'm going to scroll down and we're going to select corn. We can see that changes our task to corn up here at the top. If you're not using a prescription, then we would go to our add variety button down here. We're going to select our brand and we can select new and add if it's not available on the list. Then we're going to select our variety and do the same here. Select new to add it if it's not on the list already. We can assign a color. This comes in handy if you're planting multiple varieties, as well as lot number. When we're happy with that, we're going to hit accept, and we can now see that we're set up for our single variety. If we did have multiple varieties, we can come down here and assign them to individual rows. But as I have it set up right now as one variety, we're not going to change that. But when we're happy with that, we can accept that as well. Now, if you're using a prescription, we're going to come down and use this RX button in the bottom right-hand corner of our screen. This is where we would select our prescription file that would need to be uploaded to the display. Once we've selected that, we can come down and adjust any settings that we need to. That might be our look ahead seconds here, and then the multiplier, which typically is going to be at 100%, but that is a common issue, is sometimes that gets set at the wrong value, and so we want to make sure this is where we can come in and adjust that for our prescription. When we're happy with that as well, we hit accept, and at this point you're ready to go with your documentation and your prescription setup.